Are fruits really that good for you? Sugar is naturally occurring in foods like fruits, but it's also a common sweetener found in many foods and beverages with high amounts of calories. It can lead to obesity, heart disease, elevated blood pressure, and more, which is why it's important to know which kind of sugar is affecting your body. Let's explore 8 proven negative effects of sugar, and to find out more about fruits, make sure you stick with me to the end of the video. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Health Geek. In this video, I'll teach you about the dangers of sugar so that you can make better decisions for yourself and those around you. You'll learn what happens when too much sugar enters your system, how it affects your health, weight gain risk, and as well as some tips on reducing or eliminating sugar from your diet altogether. What does sugar do to your body? Sugar is a type of carbohydrate that provides calories and the energy needed for your body to function properly. When you say sugar, you're probably thinking about table sugar or sucrose, which comes from sugarcane and sugar beets. There's also added sugars like high fructose corn syrup, an inexpensive sweetener that's made from cornstarch. And there's glucose syrup, which is another popular sweetener in many foods and drinks, especially sodas. It turns out these sugars are high on the glycemic index, which means they have a strong effect on blood sugar levels in your body. So, when you eat too much of that type of sugar, it can cause a sudden spike in your blood pressure levels. When this happens, your pancreas releases insulin to help control the intake of sugar into cells in your bloodstream. Once you finish eating or drinking, your blood sugar returns to normal. Insulin secretion slows down, which causes you to experience the cravings again. Not good. Let's jump right into the negative effects of sugar. Number 1. Sugar affects brain functions and mental health. Studies have shown that sugar can affect your brain function and mental health, making you anxious, depressed, or even causing learning disabilities in children with diabetes. It's because eating too many simple syrups can deplete your body's natural supply of neurotransmitters like serotonin, which is a hormone that regulates mood, sleep, appetite, and more. When you have low levels of serotonin, you're prone to mood swings or seasonal depression, which is a type of clinical depression that's linked to changes in seasons. Not enough sun can trigger decreased serotonin production and slow down chemical reactions in your brain and body up to 3 weeks. Number 2. Sugar makes you more addictive. When you eat a lot of sugar, the reward centers in your brain are activated, which increases your dopamine production and causes you to feel good. The fact is that this reaction happens with all sorts of pleasurable activities, from drinking alcohol to sex. And it's particularly problematic when you have too much sugar because repeated consumption can lead to hyperactivity and mental health problems like anxiety and depression. Number 3. Sugar can ruin your smile. A study found that people who drank a lot of soda or fruit juice over just a few months had a much higher risk of developing periodontal disease than people who rarely drank sugary drinks. While there are no dental problems observed in men, it's still a good idea to limit your sugar intake because you never know what the future will bring. Number 4. Sugar can be bad for your heart. So this is definitely one of the main negative effects of sugar. Basically, when you eat too much sugar, it raises your triglyceride levels, which is a type of fat carried in your blood. When these rise, they can clog up your arteries and cause atherosclerosis, or hardening of the arteries, which leads to heart disease and even heart attacks. A study found that when 83 overweight or obese women were given drinks sweetened with either sucrose or fructose, the ones who got the drinks sweetened with fructose had higher triglyceride levels than those who drank the sugar-free beverages. This means that you should avoid eating too much of processed foods and soft drinks because they often contain added sugars like high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, or glucose syrup. Number 5. Sugar makes you gain weight. This one might be obvious, but it's still worth mentioning because if you see any of the previous negative effects of sugar on your body, chances are that you've gained weight too. And when you eat a lot of sugar-containing foods and beverages, you'll gain weight because of the added calories. So, if you keep eating sugar, your body will soon develop insulin resistance, which means that your body won't be able to use all the glucose in your bloodstream effectively. This leads to more craving and makes it harder for you to lose weight. All this time, you're also putting fat in your abdominal area, which is the most dangerous place to accumulate fat because it can affect your body's ability to regulate blood sugar and insulin. This is why you should make sure to limit your intake of sugary foods. Number 6. Sugar is linked to cancer. According to research, there's a strong link between cancer and eating too much sugar, and researchers are still looking into the possible reasons for this. One possible explanation is that tumor cells use excessive amounts of glucose to grow, which can lead to insulin levels to rise and stimulate the production of male hormones or androgens, which are more likely to lead to cancer cell growth. Number 7. Sugar can cause depression. Not only is sugar linked to depression, but research also shows that the more sugar you eat, the likelier you are to get major depressive disorder or bipolar disorder. In one study, it was found that teens who drank more than 3 cans of soda a day were 30% more likely to develop depression, and those who ate 2 or more sugary snacks per day were 70% more likely to develop it. Number 8. Sugar can mess up your brain function. When you eat a lot of sugar, your memory can be affected as well as your mood, which will eventually lead to problems with concentration and even learning abilities. This happens because excess sugar in your body causes insulin levels to rise too high, which can lead to high blood sugar levels. When this happens, your body tries to find alternative ways of producing the energy it needs, and it will use up proteins from your muscles, which can impair your brain function over time. So, if you want to avoid these negative effects of sugar on your body, then you should make sure to eat a balanced diet that contains a lot more protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates than sugar. To help you out, here are some simple swaps you can make in your diet. Instead of white bread or bagels, try whole grain bread and pastas. Don't have cold cereal for breakfast. Go with eggs instead. Choose to eat a whole fruit over soda and drink water instead of sugary fruit juice. Use honey or maple syrup instead of sugar in your coffee or tea. And avoid high sugar foods like candy, cookies, desserts, and ice cream. So, what do you think? Are fruits really good for you? The answer to that? It depends. If we're talking of real whole fruits, then yes, they're great. They contain a lot of vitamins and minerals that are essential for the body's function, plus fiber, which is crucial to the digestive system. But on the other hand, modern man likes to process everything that comes from nature into something else entirely different, like white bread, including fruits. So, when you remove its natural fibers, what you get is basically a glass of sugar. And this is why we should really limit our fruit intake, while at the same time eat whole fruits regularly. If you're not sure where to get started, don't worry. I understand this can be overwhelming, which is why I made a video to help you read the nutritional labels so that you can avoid these nasty negative effects. Check it out in the description. So, what are the steps you're going to take to reduce your sugar intake? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I hope you learned something new today, and I hope you will also use these tips to your advantage. I can't wait to hear your success story. Let me know in the comments below which one of these tips you will start adopting today. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could hit that like and subscribe button to help our content rise to the top. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.